When the Death Star has been destroyed and the TIE fighters are in the shop, what does a Dark Lord use for reliable transportation? Turns out, a 1983 Chevy Camaro. And, well, it also turns out it was actually actor David Prowse who used to own it, not Vader. But if you're going to really fork over the 650 pounds, which is starting bid on eBay, it and the bragging rights could be yours. So yes, David Prowse is selling his Camaro on eBay, owned by David Prowse. Now here's some of the description of this vehicle.
Okay.
All right. There's currently no drive from the gearbox in any gear. The previous owner installed a new torque converter, but still no drive, indicating an internal fault with the gearbox. The horn doesn't work, and power steering has a bit of a leak and a blow in the exhaust. There is rust around the windscreen, front pillar, above driver's door, and on the driver's door, and the hole in the hood. Custom rust places on these cars. The engine did smoke a bit on startup, but it has hardly been run for a few years, so it probably just needs some running.
It has an engine-like device.
It's, quote, it will need to be trailered away. You can't drive it.
Wow.
You can't tow it. Please be aware that it will need to be pulled out of my driveway. And it has been there a year, and the brakes are probably stuck.
So, basically, David Prowse is selling his old shitty clunker.
What car is it?
Why is this fucking
Camaro.
news?
It's a Camaro.
This is
Why
why I
doesn't he
never
just sell
bought.
his underwear while he's at it.
Well, this is the trick. You get there, and you're about to fork over the dough, and then he jumps in, and it starts on a dime, and he says, "Now witness the power of this armed and fully operational Camaro." He fucking suckers you in. He Akbars your ass. It's a trap!
This is why I never bought that Anakin built C-3PO. He can't even run a car.
Exactly. Oh.
What a piece of crap.
Yeah. I'm just so amused by it. It's just ridiculous.
Okay, on that, he built C-3PO, but he didn't build it to kill his slave master oppressors. I know. I'll make a tall faggot. That's what I'll do. I'll make a tall, mouthy faggot that can translate and help me be a slave. You're kidding me. Make a deathmonger. Build something with a laser face. That thing should have been spinning blades and acid. Nothing but. Get the fuck out of slavery. Why would you make such a high-level piece of technology that sits around and talks gay British all day long? Get out of my house with this shit. If I was his mom, I'd have beat a taste out of his face. You dumb shit. You know I'm going to get abducted by sand people. You know this shit. Build something that kills.
Is this what you thought about the entire time you watched
That's
episode
part
1?
of it, but I mean, that's it. That's it on the head. It's like, come on. No way. He didn't build it. He found it or something. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
See, that's why I find stories like this, because that pulls the shit out of him.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it, I hate those fucking movies. I hate those movies so much. Oh, they're so stupid.
And yet somehow, some way, you managed to buy all those goddamn episode 1 and 2 toys.
And
have
they're
them.
all coming to your house.
And they're sitting on my mantle.
Yes.
And let me add this in too. He watches the DVDs all the time.
I
Yeah.
hate him. I only watch episode 3. But yeah, he's naked. His wires are all hanging loosey-goosey. Fuck that shit. Yeah, so my one Adventure Express memory, this was when I was probably like 16 or 17. We go to the parks. We go to Kings Island probably twice a year. I ended up working there. Anyway, like I went on the racers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, first of all, we went on a spinny ride, and that was always a bad idea. So I went on spinny ride, and I got a headache. And I was like, oh, my head. And this is when the Smurf ride was still in.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Which was after the Hanna-Barbera ride.
Right. Which I want to go into in a little bit, but you continue.
That
on.
one you can find online, too, and that's amazing. But the Smurf ride is pretty cool, too. But anyway, so I had some Smurfberry ice cream to calm my headache.
Oh, no.
And then after having Smurfberry ice cream and other various carnival foods, but primarily a big old thing of Smurfberry ice cream, I went on the racer. And this was one of those days where there was no line. So I went on the backwards racer 23 times consecutively.
Wow.
Yeah, it took me about an hour and a half. And I just kept riding it over and over again.
no.
There's no line. I'd run back on and wee, wee, wee. And, it's an amazing coaster. For those of you who don't know, it's one of the classic Woodies of all time. So I
said Woody.
I did. So I rode it 23 times in a row. And then I was like, oh, shit. And so I sat down on a bench. And I must have sat on that bench for 20 minutes just kind of going, wee, trying to put my head back together. And my friend Kevin came along, and he's like, hey, you want to go ride something else? I'm like, yeah. And Adventure Express is right next door. So we're like, okay, let's go to Adventure Express. So and again, no lines. So we're running through that whole long aisle, all the way up there, getting up to the front. And I'm starting to feel a little, not feeling so great. And
Getting them sweats.
doors open up, and I go and I sit down. The lap bar comes down. As soon as the lap bar comes down, I just go, "Hoorah!" And I just projectile fire this bright blue ice cream vomit all on the lap bar and off to the side. I didn't get any on me, but it got on my lap bar and off to the side.
Oh, no.
And the girl started coming through checking the lap bars.
Oh, no.
And she got on my lap bar, and she got a whole handful of Smurfberry vomit. And I looked up at her kind of like, I'm sorry. And we went on through, and we rode the ride with a little bit of Smurfberry juice dripping. And then I got done. But I felt much better after that.
Of course you did.
Yeah, it was great. So don't eat Smurfberry ice cream and then go on Adventure Express.
Oh, God,
Oh,
that's
my
awesome.
God.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's one of the few times, there's like 3 times in my life that I can remember really puking. That's one of them.
Ugh, that's terrible.
Well, you
It
bring
was
up...
terrible for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. But great for us. Thank you. Japan loves to put things on their penises.
Okay.
And in that respect, a new device called Onahole is just one of many. Now, what makes this different than any other fleshlight-like apparatus is that it has a counter which can count how many strokes you perform per minute.
Yes!
What?
As well as the total strokes it takes to get to La Petite Mort.
Ah.
Now, on the box, there's a tan, naked gentleman. This gentleman is Japanese porn star Hiroshi Chocoball Mukai.
Oh, no.
Mokai's nickname stems from the resemblance of his dark brown scrotum to Chocobo candy.
What?
Well, he has set the record with 426 strokes, in case you want to try to beat it.
In case you want to beat it.
So wait, let me
In case
get
you
this
want to
straight.
beat it.
They're making a game out of whacking off.
Yeah, pretty much. It's Fleshlight with a step counter.
Seriously? This is ridiculous.
Masturbation hero, bring it on.
Oh, God, I missed it by that much.
4 stars.
Yeah, you rock the cock.
Messy solo.
It would be a messy solo. Be very messy.
All right, that's it for the shit news. Pop-Tarts World, the food company Kellogg's, opened a snack food flagship Times Square location today. 3,000 square foot monstrosity filled with, quote,
God.
interactive Pop-Tarts inspired features.
How in the hell do you think I don't care about this?
The location, in part, comprises a multi-sensory cafe which serves Pop-Tarts toaster pastries, Pop-Tarts inspired snacks, assorted bakery items, and customizable ice cream creations, and a varietizer machine that lets customers build their own take-home box of Pop-Tarts pastries, as well as a t-shirt making station.
Wait. Why is this
my
a news
God.
we don't give a shit about? I loves me some Pop-Tarts.
I haven't heard a thing out of your mouth that I don't love right there. So
I'm
what
waiting.
The hell?
I'm waiting for the other shoe to
Like
drop
I
here.
said, you might give a shit about this one. I think it's absolutely horrendous.
Where is it? Times Square, you said?
It's in Times Square.
I think that this place is going to run into a similar problem that could have befallen the original Pac-Man arcade cabinet.
Oh, no.
For those of you who know, Pac-Man, in its original incarnation in Japan, was known as Puck-Man.
Yes.
P-U-C-K man. And before it got brought over to the States, sharp-thinking business folk decided to change the name because they realized with a simple flick of a pen, Any whimsical graffiti artist could quickly turn that game into a not-so-friendly kind of man.
You mean Puss Man?
Yes, Puss Man. So they wanted to stop Puss Man
Actually, it'd
from
be more
happening.
Puss,
It
right?
would have been Fuck Man. So they wanted to stop Fuck Man from happening. But with the same alacrity and use of creative markering, you could quickly change any large Pop-Tart logos to Poop Farts.
Pop farts.
Or Pop Farts. But I think Poop Farts is going to be the one that really comes out more than anything.
Oh, Lord.
Add another O, and just
How do
make
you add the other O? The O's so close to the other two P's. It's hard to get that other O in
the
there.
O so close to the other two P's.
I know.
A good
Well,
artist
you could just
will find a way.
You could just mark out the O, and it would be pee-pee farts.
Oh, pee-pee farts. See? Like pee-pee. Like,
hell is no?
can you imagine
No.
that? You imagine, and then under pee-pee farts, it'd be, now imagine passing gas through your wiener. That would
Signed, fuck man.
it would go pee-pee farts, and then in scrawled spray paint, now imagine passing gas through your.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
That's terrible. Imagine a male queef. It'd be like a kazoo or something.
Dude, that wouldn't be like, because it would be painful as hell.
That would be terrible. I wonder what that medical condition is called. It has to exist. Someone has to have a messed up plumbing that gives them that
Do
ability.
you have messed up plumbing?
Write to us. Comments
Comments at uglycouchshow.com.
No one who listens to this CouchCast does pee-pee farts. I hope. I hope not.
We will not reveal your name on air,
All right,
but we'd
moving
love to
on.
have an MP3.
I just want to say 7 minutes and 30 seconds to the first Wang joke, gentlemen. That's,
Hey, 7:20. What?
7 minutes and 30 seconds. Be proud.
That's
Barry,
a record.
Barry
proud.
said it with pee-pee farts. I was talking just about poop farts.
Disney theme park and retail blog Stitch Kingdom notes that Disneyland
So to recap, big screen, Quantum Leap, yes. Scott Bakula as Sam Beckett, no. Scott Bakula as something, yes.
Okay, Bakula doesn't age if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
He could-
perfect for the role.
he could
still.
easily do it. Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I want
and-
to see what happened to him years later.
Yeah, he's still leaping around through time, according to the final episode of the
Yeah,
series.
the final episode, for people who don't know,
So-
it was in that crazy bar with the guy who may or may not have been God, and he's like, you could always leap wherever you wanted. You could have always leapt home. And he leapt, and he was never seen again.
Yeah, exactly. And it says as much at the very end of the show. But that doesn't mean he stops aging. He's leaping through time, but his body is still going to age, so I don't know.
So
Why
let's
could
see
they
him
not?
now.
Yeah, why could they not have him still be Sam Beckett? Is my
Maybe he doesn't
question.
want to do it.
Well,
Well, obviously he does
Well,
if
they're
he's-
probably going to have him leap into a bunch of hot ladies, and it becomes a Rob Schneider thing where you can't have a 50-year-old
The hot chick?
in drag walking around all, ooh, I'm a lady.
And one of the ladies has pee-pee farts. Is that-
Exactly. That's the thing. He's walking around, and all of a sudden the front of his dress goes, whoop, and he's like, oh, you have to excuse me. My plumbing's all messed up, and I fart through my penis.
I think he's been watching
Oh,
that
boy.
commercial too often on TV with the people made out of plumbing.
I'll tell you what commercial I've been watching.
Oh no!
Fushigi.
What?
Fushigi!
Have you seen it, Barry?
what?
Fushigi!
Have you seen it?
What's a fushigi?
Balls!
Fucking ball.
Oh,
It's just a ball!
it's that little David Bowie from Labyrinth ball, right?
Exactly.
That's all it is. And the
Exactly.
people they have in the commercial doing this stupid ball thing, they're professionals!
And it's still stupid looking.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, look, he has a ball in his hand.
And then they say, look how easy it is. You can do tricks too. And it's someone just moving a ball around. What the F?
It's the dumbest thing. If you haven't seen it, Fushigi, you need to see that thing.
Fushigi.
You need to
Google
see it.
it.
Fushigi.
Don't
You know,
buy it.
I will
Google
tell
it.
you, since we're on the subject of commercials, the commercial that